the conundrum of trying to get home at the end of this year, which is not an easy task.
No, look, I think it won't surprise any of your listeners in terms of just how difficult it is for Australians trying to get home to see their families and loved ones, given the cap on international arrivals due to the pandemic. And it's certainly no different for our players, except for the fact that they're spread all over the world and they're travelling from stop to stop to stop and thinking, do I go and play the next tournament? Or if that seat pops up, no, I've got to jump on that. And then you look at the exceptional costs of trying to get home. We're talking between 16 to 25,000 for one-way flights for some players in the last week. We've had a couple get back in the last few days. Sam Stosur, the US Open doubles champion, who I spoke to for this piece, she's in hotel quarantine at the moment. Storm Sanders is also back after a tremendous summer, particularly in the doubles court. She's in quarantine. But John Millman, for example, who's defending his title, the Astana Open title in Kazakhstan this week, he doesn't know when he's going to be able to get back. He said it's just so tricky at the moment. So it's going to be an interesting issue to watch. We know the Tennis Australia want to get players into Melbourne for the Australian Open next summer, and hopefully for some other events. Hopefully it's reasonably normal, or that does seem a stretch. But they've also got to get their own staff home from the Laver Cup and also Australian players back into the country. It's really a logistical challenge.
Yeah, no doubt. Quite tricky. So have a read of that. It's a really good article right now at thefirstserve.com.au. Travel difficulties. Just before I leave that one, I mean, you did mention Sam, and here she is. What a back end she's had to this trip, winning Cincinnati, US Open. She comes home. She's really missed her young daughter, Evie, her partner, of course. She's been away for 4 months. She can't see them right now. She's in a hotel at the moment, quarantining. But you really sense when you spoke to her, Walsh, just the emotion of winning the US Open at this age. I mean, 21, it must have seemed like a bit of a blur, and it was, it happened, and you're thinking, oh, well, they're just going to roll off now. They're hard to win, these titles, but this one meant something a little extra special.
Well, we know it's 10 years, obviously, since she won the US Open singles title in such stunning fashion over Serena Williams on the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 tragedy in New York. 16 years after her first US Open doubles title, she won the Australian Open doubles crown a couple of years ago, which meant a significant amount to her. But she said just simply the sacrifice of now being a mother, having to leave her toddler daughter at home and her partner, knowing that it was going to be a 4-month trip away, that added something extra to the triumph in New York. And didn't they play so well in that final? To win in Cincinnati, she spoke about the fact that they needed match tiebreakers in Cincinnati to get through their first, 3 or 4 matches. By the time they reached the final, they felt like they were in pretty good form in Cincinnati, and they really carried that through into New York. A great